Oh, hey everybody. This would be a good time for an intro. I'm Bill, and this is the start of my victory garden. So after the rain yesterday, this is the perfect time to put in the cold hardy seeds. I checked the weather report, and Sunday night it's still calling for below freezing here. We're gonna hit 31, so you definitely can't put anything in that's frost sensitive. So for now, the first seed I'd like to start out with, sugar snap peas, a favorite in our household. So here we go. I like to put in stakes as support for the peas. Not a lot, but just enough so that I can tie them as they get a little bit longer. I save these stakes year by year until they essentially rot, but this is a good way for me to support the peas. Your supports don't need to be very high, and they don't have to be very strong either. It's just a light support system. Some people may use trellises. That's okay too. Safety note, when you're hammering, don't hold it up here, because if you miss, you're gonna crush your thumb or fingers. Do not miss. Safety note, hold it down here when you're hammering. That way if you miss, you have enough room so that you don't smash your fingers. Also, for those of you who don't use hammers that often, the lower you hold it, the more leverage you get on each hit. If you hold it up here, yeah, you can control it, but you don't get much power on the swing to actually push the stake down. Now then, I happen to like high mowing seeds, organic seeds. These are Cascadia snap peas. The packet will give you a lot of information. Open pollinated, how many days to maturity. It'll even tell you here how far apart you should plant them, how deep. After all these years planting peas, I know to stick it about an inch down. I don't worry about how it's facing. I also don't put in a lot of them. So some people will overseed, and you'll see what germinates, and then you'll pick the best sprouts. I find that so much comes up out of this bed, I only need to put a few peas in every so often, and we'll get great results in the garden. All right, everybody, the peas are in. This will produce an enormous amount of snap peas for our family, but they're cold weather hardy. So let's go to our next seeds. The next seed we're gonna put in is the kale. In this case, I like to plant different varieties of kale, but the first variety will be the Bates kale. Again, this is cold hardy, and I'm gonna space it out more than normal because I know how it comes up, and I usually, when I thin, I don't like to waste too many of the baby plants. The seeds for the kale are very small, so you got to keep a firm grip on it. Our family's needs, I like to mix different vegetables in the bed. So in this case, we're going to mix beets with the kale. And the beets, of course, will be ready before the kale is. So I'm going to put in the Detroit dark red beets first. Now we're going to do the second round of beets. In this case, the touchstone gold beets are going to go in. But here goes, 2 different blends of radishes. I don't know if there's anything that's too much better than running my hands through warm, soft soil. Gotta love it. Hi everybody, one thing I wanted to mention. When you're planting, you do have to give some thought about which of your plants are going to grow tall and which are going to be short, which will be ready early, because I do succession planting. Succession planting means once the radishes, for example, come up and are harvested, you clear them out and you do another planting over them. And I can usually get 4 different succession plantings per season. For example, the fennel, which is over here, it's going to be 5-6 feet tall. So I can't put any plants behind it that are going to then be in the shade because they won't grow. The kale is going to be probably 2 feet tall. So I want to make sure that I don't overshadow anything in the next bed. All right, at this point, it's time for lettuces. I'll even do a few more mixes of lettuce, but we're going to start with these initially. Lettuces are the shallowest planted seed that I have. They're also the smallest. I'll show you. These are so light. You got to cup it so that the wind doesn't blow them away. This is a nice romaine lettuce. So that's today's video. We're dealing with cold hardy plants that you can put into the garden early, vegetables. And for an example, what we did is we did the peas, I've got them staked, we did kale, we did lettuces, we did beets, and we did radishes. These are all cold hardy plants. They should do very well. Again, today it's 70 degrees, but we're headed for frost on Sunday and Monday night. So with the plantings, remember to look on back where it gives you the depth of the seed, the spacing for the seeds that you can then thin out to their full growth space. Again, I know most of this having done it. All you need to do is read the packages, follow the instructions, put in your seeds, and you too will have a victory garden. This is Bill. This is my victory garden. Have a great day.